Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Dina and today we are going to take a look at my family's white color Christmas tree. Down at the bottom we have a little village that lights up and we put fake snow all around the tree skirt. This is especially annoying for anyone who has cats like us. They love to get in between the village and mess it up and get in the snow. We used to have a few more pieces, I believe, but now for simplicity we only do a few. The ornaments on this tree are very same type as we used on the colorful tree. They're Christopher Radko's. As you can see, they're quite detailed and sparkly. This Santa has a pretty ornate robe. It's got suns and stars and moons all over it. He's got candy canes in his pocket too. We also have some status covered in fake snow all along the tree. This Santa has an interesting color scheme. It's like a dark red and gold with a bag of presents that's also purple and gold. He's got quite a few gifts. And a hat also trimmed in gold. The ornaments at the bottom are quite heavy. We also have icicles on the tree made of glass. They get thinner and smaller as you go up the tree. This Santa has a white and gold theme with a big stack of presents, also silver and gold. And he's got a staff. Wizard Santa. His robe has a little glitter deer on it. As well as what looks like some glittery gold branches. I like his color scheme. This is a bunch of snowmen kind of on top of each other. Now, Christopher Radko ornaments all have names, and I believe this one is called Snowdom Totem. I don't know the names for many of these, or even, I'm not sure if this is correct, but I think it's called Snowdom Totem. Hiding in the back here is a Santa and snowman. There they are. Not sure what they're up to. But this Santa is kind of on a little stand, it looks like, which is all gold. His coat is pretty sparkly. We do also have some traditional round baubles on this tree, but not too many. This one has a winter scene, very glittery snow on it, of course. I like the noise that this one makes. Next up we have a Santa with quite a few patterns on his robe and underrobe. A little bit of a geometric style. And his beard is pretty tame. A lot of the other ones were curly bearded. So you can kind of see his little feet and the pattern on his dress. Robes? Not quite sure. He has a nice amount of glitter though, as I think they all do. But this guy in the background there, well, just wait till you see his coat. It's probably the most glittery one on here. Kind of reminds me of ruby red slippers from like the Wizard of Oz. He's also carrying a little tree. Speaking of the tree, this Santa, I'm not quite sure why he's like standing on a ball there, but he is. I like his color scheme of his outfit, though I don't think the traditional bauble he's standing on is matches it very well. It looks as though his coat is trimmed in ermine, and he's got very nice pattern to the back of his coat. He's carrying some presents too. This Santa is pretty short, but he's cute too. He's standing on some presents, as well as holding some above his head. This Santa has a gold trim all around his coat, and it looks like it's really blowing in the wind. As you can tell, this tree has quite a few Santa ornaments on it. He has a bit of a longer beard. Oh, and this Santa has a big curly beard, and he's got a nice sized tree, which is interesting because it's already decorated, yet it looks like there's snow on it. Well, maybe he used his magic to decorate it quickly or something after picking it. He has a big bag of presents on his back and a long white robe. Closer up you can see that he does have some glitter, but it's not as obvious as some of the other ones because it's all white. Here's another Santa with some presents. He has a traditional red robe, but as it opens there you can see he has almost like a quilted pattern underneath. Quilted gold. More icicles. Here we're getting into some smaller ornaments. This Santa is about the size of my hand, and he has a single present. He also has a nice sash that comes down. There's a little bit of gold trim above the white fur on his coat. The next Santa is a little bit bigger, and he has a yellow gold coat. I think that's pretty interesting for a color scheme. You don't often see Santas with yellow glittery coats. He has a candy cane in his hand and a candy cane themed hat, as well as one in his bag there. And his coat is a little bit shorter, so you can see his boots. Here's another traditional style ornament. Has some cardinals in a tree with a lot of snowy background. Next up we have another short Santa, cinched in at the waist with a belt and with a short coat. He's got a big stack of presents as well. These presents are pretty multicolored. They don't really seem to have a theme going on, but that's okay. Also, he's got blue gloves, which is pretty interesting. Doesn't really match, but that's okay, I guess. This Santa here is in a bit of a different style. He's got that long coat and a very decorative outfit. He's also holding a wreath, which I haven't seen any other Santas holding yet so far. I like the lack of white trim on this coat. He does have it around his sleeves though. Here's a little Christmas tree. For some reason it's white on the underside. Not quite sure why. Here's another smaller Santa. You can see the proportion compared to my hand there. The ornaments get smaller as you go up the tree on ours. There, now he's in focus. He's got a little Christmas tree he's carrying. He has a light golden coat, just short enough for his boots to peek out. Here we have a palace made of candy. It's very, very sparkly. Looks like there's some gumdrops surrounding the outside. Maybe it's actually a cake. More icicles. And this Santa actually has a green coat cinched with a belt. His beard is pretty wide and fluffy. It almost blends into the trim of the coat here. Very cute. He's a shorter Santa as well. This tree kind of has a mixture of short and tall and wide Santas. I'm not sure which I prefer the best. Probably a thin, tall Santa, the ones that look like wizards. This guy looks like a wizard, but he's kind of an average build. He's also holding a birdhouse, which is kind of different. His coat is trimmed in pine cones and garland, it looks like. His coat itself isn't quite white, it's more of a cream color. Here's the super sparkly Santa again, from a different angle. He's got a little lantern, in case he gets lost, I guess, delivering presents. There's also a little birdie in a bird's nest. This Santa is one of the taller wizard Santas. He kind of has like a wizard type hat going on and a long, thin Gandalf type beard. He's holding quite a few little items there. One of them looks like a tree. And actually we have this exact same ornament in a smaller size right up here. They got put pretty close to each other this year. I'm not sure if they normally are that close. He even has some presents stuck to the backside of his coat, maybe by magic. and you can see his little feet. Right next to him we have a larger Santa. He kind of has a whole scene there going on at his feet. He doesn't have a robe on, but he's got like the suspender type pants on, you know, and a very traditional hat. It's kind of flopped over with the big puffball on the end. He's got some toys as well. He's ready to go give to children. Looks like he's got a doll there, and a thinner icicle, and a thinner Santa. He's definitely not full-on wizard status, but he does have a little staff. I like the Santas with blue robes as well. May not be traditional, but I think it looks pretty good. Little housey here, all covered in snow and glitter. And a snowman. This tree doesn't have quite as many snowmen as the Colorful Lights tree. But here he is. He's still a very sparkly snowman, at least. With a broom. This Santa has a very short coat. It's striped white and red. And then over on this side of the tree, here we have a Santa carrying a lot of presents. One of them is out. Again, going for the more classic look here. The shorter belted coat. But here even his pants are trimmed. I really like the snowflake detail on the back of his bag as well. I think that's a really nice touch. A lot of these ornaments have details all the way around them, which many ornaments may just focus on the front. This round bauble has a couple Christmas trees loaded into a sleigh with an interesting Father Christmas looking Santa. And it's got a nice orangey background, pulled of course by a sparkly reindeer. This Santa is a little bit different. He actually has sparkly red sequins to trim his outfit. He kind of reminds me of a poinsettia. I'm not sure why. I think his coat also has some holly on it. Some of these Santas just have long beards, but it looks like he has long hair as well. And a wizard staff. Or maybe it's just like a walking staff. I don't know. Here is a very tall castle made out of treats. It almost looks like the building has ice cream scoops all over it with cherries. Looks pretty tasty. Kind of reminds me that I need to buy some edible glitter. I don't know what I would put it on, but it seems like a thing that would be fun to have. Can't forget the icicles. This Santa has a sleigh where the, I guess you would call them tracks, are made of peppermint, as well as the trim. And he's got a little angel in the back seat, which is kind of strange. You'd think he would take an elf along, but maybe the angel is helping it fly since he doesn't have any reindeer. I don't know. This Santa has a lot of details in his coat. It's very sparkly, which you can see even when it's not in focus. But the inside of his coat is like golden and kind of like a blanket texture. He also has some tassels as a belt there. Again, he's holding a little tree. And you can just see his shoes poking out from underneath the robe. I think the robe itself is like a yellow. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better. Has some nice detailing on it. And back here we have another round one. It has some pine cones and pine boughs and a big tree. Nice and glittery. I think this tree has a nice balance of detailed figure ornaments and round ones. This Santa down here is tired of carrying his bag, I guess. He's set it down, and he has a lot of wide gold trim near the edge there of his coat. He's kind of far in the tree, so it was hard to get a detailed shot of him. Now this Santa actually does have some poinsettias on him. Just a few on the front there. And it almost looks like he has a cape, which is cool. I haven't seen that design for a while. I like when they use the white glitter on a mostly white coat. And of course a staff / walking stick. This Santa in the back here is ready for bed. He's got his hat off, got a teddy bear, got his Scott Calvin pillow. Just kidding, not Scott Calvin, Santa Claus. And he's got heart PJs on with some green slippers. He's ready to take a nap until next Christmas. And here we have some snowmen, snow children, playing on a mailbox. The mailbox itself has a post made out of candy cane, and it says Santa on it. Now this is an interesting but kind of weird ornament. I call this one Pinecone Butt for obvious reasons. He has a butt made out of a pine cone and a very long beard. He's got a tiny little Christmas tree, and he's just chilling in the back of the tree here. I do like his color scheme though, the silver and white. Little stack of presents. Unfortunately it was backlit, but I think you get the idea. This Santa is very similar to the one on the other side. It might even be the same. The white and red striped one. This Santa has a sleigh similar to the one down below, the white and gold theme, though the trim on this one is gold. He's got quite a few presents he needs to deliver. I wonder how he's going to do that without any snowmen. Oh, not snowmen, reindeer. Wouldn't that be funny if he had a team of snowmen pulling it? More presents in a tree. I can barely reach these at this point. This one is a little snowman, or snow lady, snow person. This Santa is, whoops, he's held on by a clip rather than a hook. Here we have a Christmas tree, white themed with some gold ornaments. And this, I always think that there's like nacho cheese being poured on this little chalet. And a Santa holding a tree. He was really far up on the tree there. Kind of hard to reach. This Santa has some presents and a little tree. Very short coat on this guy. You can see how much smaller they are up in the tree. And a orange robed Santa. And a tiny little nutcracker guy up there. In the tree there's another little candy chalet. And that's about it. You can kind of see the little cake that's back in there too. Not sure why we have this one, though it is a Christopher Radko. So here's just some overall tree shots and their little house. Very sparkly though. Oh, and another little stocking that I forgot. I kind of went to film all the Santas first. Oh, this little guy has an overflowing bag of presents. And unfortunately he is backlit as well. Another little guy up there. I was on my tiptoes at this point. Boing, boing. Though this tree works really well in close-ups, I think it looks especially nice when you kind of see it all as a whole, because you can see how reflective all the glittery ornaments are, and I think you can see the individual ornaments a little bit better on this tree compared to the colored tree where they all kind of blend in. And the icicles add an interesting touch to the overall tree effect, as well as all the snowy status. It really makes the tree look like it's been snowed on. In the past we did actually sprinkle fake snow all over the tree, but that's quite messy, as you can imagine. Which ornament was your favorite that you saw today? Me personally, I really like the snowy scene bauble there, as well as the wizard snowman, or the wizard Santa that has the white coat, the really tall one. Those guys look like they're up to no good. Little overall look here. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at the white light Christmas tree. There's an angel on top from Germany. If you liked this one, I'm sure you will like the colorful light tree ASMR right here. Thanks for watching and happy holidays. Bye!